Hey guys, it's Brad and the Buff. I got my buff in my head and I'm ready to go. Today I wanted to do a review of my Enlightened equipment quilt. I did an unboxing on this, I don't know, about 8 months ago. I got it just going into the fall weather. I wanted to test it through all the seasons to see how it worked out in different weather conditions before I did an actual review. This is my Enlightened equipment 40-degree quilt. So let me tell you all about this quilt in this video. First off, let me give you some specs on this. This is the Enlightened Equipment 40-degree quilt. It has 850 fill. And I got the extra wide and extra long. I'm a little over 6'2", about 200 pounds. So I like to be comfortable, and I thought it was a good idea to get it sized out for someone about my size. I've been happy with that choice. One of the reasons I switched over from a sleeping bag or a mummy bag over to a quilt was for that extra space. Another reason is this is an incredibly light piece of equipment. It is only 19 ounces. I can't tell you how much of a difference dropping that extra weight has made for me. That's almost a pound I lost from my previous sleeping bag, which I still have. I still love. If it's really, really cold, I will use it. That's one of the reasons I went with the 40-degree. I sleep extremely hot, meaning that when it's cold, I do not get that cold. So I like it cold at night. I selected my 40-degree quilt for many reasons. I wanted something that would branch me through winter all the way into summer. I took my sleeping bag was a 10-degree, I believe, was a 10-degree comfortability rating. Was a great sleeping bag, but I didn't have anything to use in the summer and was incredibly hot. So one of the greatest things about the quilts is that they fold all the way out. And so because they open all the way up, you can kick your feet out from underneath of them like so. So right now I have it all the way open. And so if it's warm out like it is tonight, I'm just going to have it open like a blanket, just like this. And I can put it, I can kick my feet out from underneath of it. I can kind of throw it to a side like this to let air. You can't unzip, say, a sleeping bag, but even when you unzip it, it still holds in a lot of heat on the sides, whereas this does not do that. Some of the other cool things about this is with the 40-degree, I've had it as low as 25 degrees, and I've had it all the way up into the mid-70s. I've been comfortable with this quilt in that entire range. I'm not saying everybody will. It is a 40-degree quilt, so that's what it's rated for, but for me, I simply take, when it got colder, I just put on my jacket and bundled up in this. I use this top, typically with my buff. Just had it snugged on like this, got underneath of it, clipped it into my bag, and I was good to go all the way about down to 25 degrees. I'm not going to say I was nice and toasty at 25 degrees. That was definitely pushing the limit. I would feel like I could get it maybe down to 20, but they do, if you sleep a little bit warmer or you like it warmer when you do sleep, I would recommend you get something, get a 20-degree quilt if you're going to be pushing the temperature. For me, I already knew that, say I knew it was going to be 20 degrees, I could always take my sleeping bag, and then I knew I'd be perfectly comfortable. So, but I'd feel comfortable anywhere from 25 degrees up in my 40-degree bag. Let me show you how cool this is and how it clips into your bag and how it does end up giving you more space. So the bottom of this has a little button. It just clips together like so, and then it's got a zipper, and you just zip it up. So what this essentially does is it makes a little foot box that you can open up. So like, say it's like, I don't know, 50 degrees. I'm not sure if I'm going to be hot. I might leave this open and still stick my feet out or let some air in. But if I know it's going to be cold, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two ties or these cinches and I'm going to cinch them all the way down. So as you can see, now it's cinched all the way down. So there's almost no hole there whatsoever. So now I've actually created a foot box that I can stick my feet in and I keep nice and toasty. What I'll typically do is I'll throw a shirt or something down at the end to kind of block this end to make sure I'm not getting any drafts. So now that I've got that closed off, the next key thing that makes a huge difference is you clip this. The system is designed so that it clips to the bottom of your sleeping bag. There's little clips. Let me show you. Yeah, see there's a clip right here, and it's going to clip into the other side. Let me open it up a little bit. And you can cinch it down depending on the size of your pad. But let me show you on the outside. See, it clips like this. So it clips, and it's just like this understrap on here, but this actually goes underneath of your pad. And what that does is it holds this tight to your pad so that as you roll in your pad, it's still sealed to it. It's not letting air get in underneath. And so because of that, your pad is working as your insulation against the ground, so you don't need the bottom half. You don't need the bottom half of, say, you would in your sleeping bag. So now that I have this attached, see, it wraps around and it's made so that it doesn't let air flow on the sides. And what this does is now I'm going to get into this and I can take off my shoes. I can slip into it all the way down like this, and I can pull up, and I've got plenty of room to toss and turn. One of the things I always hated about my sleeping bag is you go to turn, and if your shoulders get stuck on it, you feel claustrophobic inside your bag. But I can move in this, and then the top also has a button that you can button down, and then there's a cinch up top here. So now, as you can see, I am completely sealed in on the top. So there is no air flowing underneath of me, around me, or getting out. It's extremely warm in here right now because it's probably like 80 degrees outside. I'm sweating already. But because of that, I can still turn inside of this and the whole bag's not gonna turn. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, all I gotta do is pull this tight around me like this, and I am good to go. And I love the extra space it gives me as opposed to a sleeping bag. It has been a huge difference for me. I really love this. I'm sold on quilts. I don't know, my sleeping bag I'll use for extremely cold weather. I still use it if I do my hot tent camping. If I'm sleeping, and it's say -10, which the other cool thing about this is I've used my sleeping bag down in extremely cold weather where I've thrown this over top of my sleeping bag and then got inside my sleeping bag. So it's even useful for that, to add some insulation. If I have my sleeping bag, you just tuck your sleeping bag right underneath, just like I was inside your sleeping bag. Anyways, it's way more comfortable. It's way more flexible. It's much, much lighter because it doesn't have the bottom insulation in it. So all around, this is an awesome product. Quilts are awesome. I'm very much sold on them. I would highly recommend them to anybody. I got the Enlightened Equipment one just from doing my own research. My understanding is that UGQ is a very good competitor for them. There are some other competitors, but those were the two main ones that I looked at. But I would highly recommend that you get a quilt, and I am extremely satisfied with my Enlightened Equipment 40 degree 850 fill. I would recommend, if you're a little bit taller, to get the extra wide and the extra tall. It has served me well, and I found the 40 degree rating to be extremely accurate. In fact, I found it to be generous. Like I said, I'm willing to push mine down with the right gear down to 25 degrees, and in the summer I can take it out. So if I were getting into hiking, this would be one of the first pieces of gear that I would look at buying. It is expensive. I believe this was about $300. So this is a very expensive piece of gear, But if you're going to buy one, make sure you learn the cinches, make sure you learn how to use it right, because if you don't get it tight to the pad and you don't learn how to cinch it up so that it seals, it's not going to do you any good. But once you learn those things, and it really only takes playing around with it for 20 to 30 minutes to get the general gist of it, and then using it a couple cold nights, it's going to change how you sleep at night. It's going to make you much more comfortable. It gives you so much more space, and it gives you so much flexibility with controlling your temperature that if I don't have to and it's not extreme weather, I'm never going back to sleeping bags. So I'll put some links below. I hope this video is helpful for you guys, and I'll see you next video. Hey guys, if you like the video you just saw, please subscribe, click the bell so you can get alerted for any new videos that I may do, and check the links below for any information I described in the video. I'll try to put as much there as possible. Thanks for watching.